Hey guys, it's Mari. I'm here today with a little mini album share. This is an album that I started working on about a year ago after we got back from a vacation in Maui. And I had this album picked out and chosen for that tropical vacation. And I think it's just maybe a Michael's brand. I'm not really 100% sure. I know that I got it at Michael's. I really like the bright colors. It kind of seems like it could be like a little bit of a tropical theme, that kind of thing. So I used a lot of the Simple Stories Summer Vibes collection from, it's almost 2 years ago I think that collection came out. I had quite a bit of it in my stash and I wanted to use it up, and it definitely fits a lot of the different things that I was doing in this album, and so yeah, that's what I went with. So really like this opening page: live in the sunshine, swim in the sea, drink the wild air. It's a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Perfect, I love that. So that's my opening page, and then I just got right in with my different stories that I'm telling in this album. Now some of these layouts I actually did process videos for last February. If I remember, I'll link those up down below. But like I said, there's nothing too fancy or, different about what I did with this album. It's pretty basic, but I'll go through it and just share it with you. So for a lot of my layouts or my little cards, almost all of them, what I do is I print on my PictureMate Show little Epson printer. I print wallet size photos. So what I do is I take my memory stick and I put all of the photos on that stick that I want to print for my entire album, and only those photos are on that stick. So then I put that stick into my little printer and I select layout and wallet, and it will print all of my photos. It'll print 2 photos on a 4x6 paper. So it's and then they're just all set to this size. So I like that. I feel like it's a really easy way of printing my photographs for my entire book. And for virtually every page of my book, that's what I've done. And then what I do with most of my photos is I map them on some cardstock just to kind of frame them a little bit. And I just like how that looks. So I've used a lot of different little embellishments from my stash. Another really huge advantage of doing a little mini album like this is you do use up a lot of the things that you've had kicking around. What I do with my Project Life is I keep all of my Project Life stuff in a plastic clear container. I don't know, it's just like, I don't know if I bought it at Walmart or something like that. It's just a cheap little container, and I keep all of my Project Life other than my cards. I keep those in a separate container because I have quite a few Project Life cards, but all of my other things like my page protectors and all of the things that are specifically for Project Life, I keep in that container, and then I just access that container when I'm ready to do my Project Life. So I actually, when I was in Maui, I bought a bunch of postcards, and this one here is, I just thought that was cool for the first page, and that is just, of course, as it says there. I'm just trying to get my music going again here. I'm not sure what happened to it. Anyway, so yeah, I like that. I like using postcards throughout my album. I just think that fits, and I mean, obviously they fit nicely into a 4x6 page pocket or a picture pocket, and I just like that. I think that's an easy way to complete a pocket. So this one has some journaling here, just tells about our trip and getting to Maui. Hawaii, if you live in Western Canada, Central or Eastern Canada, it's a little bit trickier to get there just because well, if you live right on the coast, it's on the west coast, it's just a nice little skip across the Pacific Ocean, but for us it's a little bit more of a struggle to get there. So it usually takes us about a day to get there and about a day to get back. So I'm just journaling there about that. And here you can see just the same kinds of things. I've just used a variety of different kinds of page protectors to show the different things, just to mix it up a little bit. And all I'm doing here again is just taking different things, embellishments and so on from my stash, and using them to just decorate my different pages and embellish. These are some inserts that I had in that collection, that Simple Stories collection. So I'm just using them, kind of trying to use them in a bit of an interesting way to decorate and embellish the different pages. I've used some staples, cut up some pattern papers, cut apart sheets and so on to journal on and so on. I've used all kinds of different things that I had gotten in hip kits and little Jolie's boutique stickers that I had in my stash, etc. So there's a whole lot of different products being used up here in this little mini album, which I really appreciate. I love this photograph. This is every once in a while on the shore in Kihei, this fellow will go down with his kilt and his bagpipe, and he'll pipe the sun down at sunset, and love that. Love going and listening to that. It's just really beautiful. And just documenting our trip to Hana on this specific occasion. We rented a convertible that day. We had just a regular 4-door car for the rest of our vacation. We don't find it particularly handy to have a convertible when it's just my husband and I, because I don't know, they're kind of small vehicles to maneuver around in. So anyways, this particular day, Earl and I and the 2 kids rented this convertible for the road to Hana, and that was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed that. So some crazy hair going on here. Had to get a picture of that. So that basically is, there's nothing really too different. The rest of the book, it's all just kind of more of the same. I've got another little flip page here with some little pictures, things that I printed off the internet and so on, just to show some of the different things that we did. And I've got some of the flip pages in here, flip pockets, lots of the little stickers getting used up, lots of the puffy stickers from my stash, and some things I did buy specifically just for this album, like these hibiscus stickers and that sort of thing. So many beautiful scenes on that road to Hana. If you've ever taken that trip, you know what I'm talking about. It's just beautiful. And some more of those little inserts, and documenting a day that we spent in Lahaina and Kanapali. We went to a luau over at in Lahaina. We went to the old Lahaina luau. We've been to the Wailea luau at one of the resorts there on another trip. If you are planning to go to Maui, just a little heads up, the Lahaina luau is really excellent food and drinks and a really fun atmosphere, but the Wailea luau that we went to had a much better show. The show at the Lahaina luau was still fine, but the one in Wailea was a lot more detailed. Like, there was a lady that did the scarf dancing, there was the fire eating and all of that kind of stuff. It was just, there was a lot more to it, but that was on a different vacation. It wasn't on this one. So just more pictures of the luau. The food was just amazing. And this is one thing that's fun to do with a travel book, is to take some of the different things that you gathered on your trip. So this is the little book that came at the luau. It actually shows the different drinks that you could get. The service at this luau was amazing. So if your focus is service and food and drinks and atmosphere, I would definitely say Old Lahaina. If you really want to learn about the complete history of Hawaii and a beautiful show, that's probably, you want to go to that one in Wailea. So I appreciate that this is in this book and we can look back at that. We also went to the aquarium at Melea, and beautiful. Love the aquarium. So pretty. I tried to pick up on the different colors that were in the photographs with the cards that I used here, and these are just some cards that I had gotten in a kit in the past, and using those up and using up some of my little doodlebug stickers that I had in my stash. We also went on a dinner cruise when we were on our vacation. This one was out of Lahaina, and we went on the Maui Princess. I highly recommend this dinner cruise. It was beautiful. The food was really delicious. I have a picture of the food here. We probably saw more whales on our dinner cruise than we did on the actual whale watching trip that we took on this vacation. And that was just luck, right? Because the day that we went out on the whale watching boat. The water was really rough that day and you just couldn't see the whales as well. And on this particular day when we went for our dinner cruise, it was just really smooth and beautiful. More pictures of this one actually is Mama's Fish House. If you get a chance to go to Maui, we've been there quite a few times. Our family's been there on several occasions just because it's our favorite place to vacation. But this was our first time going to Mama's Fish House. We'd never been able to get a reservation there. So I had called ahead before we even went on our trip. It's really hard to get in there just because the food is so good. And it's just beautiful. It's right on the ocean. You can see the different scenes in the photographs here. What I did with this layout here was, and on this side, I just took a piece of paper that's the same dimensions as this pocket, and I just almost used it almost like a mini 12 by 12 or a mini 8.5 by 11. I put multiple photos on there, and I just like that. It's a good way to get a lot of your photos on one page, because you can see that my book is getting really thick. I had reached a maximum thickness for this book. I actually had probably a few more photos that I could have put in here, but I just decided that it was thick enough and I had captured the story, and we'll always have those other photographs to look at as well. And just talking about Mama's Fish House here and how good it was. We had the mahi mahi that's encrusted with the macadamia nuts. So good. A little picture of the food and more of the different little scenery here. You can actually sit on the shore and watch the turtles, and the turtles are just abundant in the water here. I'm just showing here how we were watching the turtles. There were just like, I don't know, maybe even hundreds of them. There was just tons there. So then just showing here about beach day, showing the sunset, and how much we just really love being on the beach at Maui. There's so many beautiful beaches there, and chilling in the pool, and all of the food that we had in our fridge. We were there for, I guess, just about 2 weeks, but we always go to Costco when we get there, and that's a lot of food for, well, I guess there were 4 of us, but even so, it's a lot. So we also discovered, maybe you guys think this is really funny, especially if you're from the States, but we'd never seen Goober before, and that's where you have the jam and the peanut butter mixed together, and it was on sale at maybe Walmart or Kmart, something like that, for only $1, because I think that the, well, you can see here the date is looming. It maybe was already outdated, but we bought it and we ate it. We thought it was really yummy. We went to a car show. I can't remember where this was, maybe Kahului, and it was just fun to see all the fancy cars. I think this was on our last day there, so because most of the flights out of Maui are red-eyes, we had the whole day to kind of kill, and we always rent a car there, so we had our vehicle. It was good, it was fine. We just saved a bunch of things that we wanted to do for that last day, and that didn't involve going to the beach. And we also went to Luau. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but we always go there because this bakery, the Komoda Bakery, is unreal. And if you don't get there early in the morning, you won't get what you want. So we always spend at least a day in Luau, or part of a day, usually when we're going to be up in that part of on the island. We also went to Krispy Kreme donuts. I've never been to Krispy Kreme before, so that was a lot of fun. Got a picture of Bailey here with a little hat. In fact, I brought one of the little hats home, and just, oh, I don't know, it's just lots of fun to see the process there at this little donut shop, and it's all retro and it's really cool. And we don't have Krispy Kreme that I know of in Canada. We have Tim Hortons galore, but not too many Krispy Kreme donuts that I know of. I don't think we have any, but I could be wrong. A little bag that the donuts came in, I just saved that as a little memento. Here's the little national park that we went to, and it was where that Io Needle is, and this is really super cool. Beautiful scenery here in this park, beautiful vegetation, and just a little national treasure for sure for the Americans. This is beautiful, and we just thought this is hilarious. After we looked at our pictures, Brady was taking a picture of Bailey and her dad here at this little pool, and in the background is this couple taking a selfie. I don't know if you can see that, but it is really super funny. That's a funny picture. Anyways, we laugh about that a lot when we look at that. anyhow, that is about it for the book. I've got a few little postcards that I purchased that I just stuck in at the end, and then also I have this little pocket here at the back that's got all of the little things that we saved from our trip, like the little Krispy Kreme hat. I had to bring that home just because I thought that was super cute. And then there's a few other little mementos in this little pocket here that we can take out when we're looking at the album and just reminisce about the different things that we did and saw and so on this trip. So it's a really fun trip. It was over a year ago now. We didn't get to Hawaii this year just because some things that were going on, we just couldn't get away. And but maybe next year we'll see how it goes. But just found out that Jordan is going to be moving to Kingston, which is 30 hours in a car one way for us. That interruption, my phone just rang, so that's always handy in the middle of a video. Anyway, so that is my mini album. I'd had a lot of fun creating it. It's, it's just really basic, but it captures the essence of the vacation. It's all well documented. We can look back at this for years to come and reminisce, right, about this fun time that we had. And the kids will always have this book as a memento of that vacation. So I'm thinking about putting one of these little hardware pieces on the binding of the book to put the title on it and the year and so on. And this is just a little piece from, I don't even know how old this would be, really super old. It's the Hodgepodge hardware embellishment kit that I got many moons ago from Stampin' Up. I don't see a year on this, but yeah, I've had this in my stash for a really long time, and it's got tons of those little plates for things like this. So that's excellent. Okay, well, thanks so much for stopping by, guys, and I hope you enjoyed my album share of my mini album. And these mini albums are a lot of fun. I love creating them, and it's just another way to document and to share your photos and save your memories. Thanks so much, and I'll see you another time. Bye-bye.